kids with a program that promotes patriotism and community service. That is Boot Campaign's Patriotic League. Today in Boulder City, a patriotic school rally is taking place benefiting Nellis Air Force Base as part of the Patriot League.
And here to tell us more about it is the retired United States Marine Corps Staff Sergeant and Boot Campaign Hero Ambassador. That's Marcus Burleson. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing very well. Thank you, guys.
Let's talk. First of all, thank you for your service.
Oh, no worries.
Incredibly indebted to you.
Thank you.
Let's talk about your time with the Marine Corps. How you got in and your service with them.
Well, I grew up in a little West Texas town, Odessa. Many people have heard of it, famous for high school football. But I graduated in '99. I was going to college. Wanted to work on my teaching degree. I wanted to go back and get back to the schools. And I just started my third year whenever 9/11 happened.
That'll change.
That changed a lot of
people.
things.
Yeah.
I went to work that night. I was working graveyards, loading trucks. Got out of work, went straight to school for my morning class, and just couldn't go in. It didn't make sense to me anymore.
Yeah.
I sat in that parking lot for like an hour trying to figure out if I was actually going to go back to school. And I just drove to the mall and went and talked to the recruiters and started a rough road.
Let's talk about that road. How many years were you with the Marine Corps?
12 and a half years total.
Wow.
I started out as a logistics specialist, working requisitions, property accounting. It was good work, but it wasn't what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
So I had an opportunity halfway through my career to make a change, and I elected to go into explosive ordnance disposal, bomb squad. It was just something, I got to work with them in my first deployment. Super nice guys. They had this family within a family atmosphere, and I knew I had to be a part of it, so I had to give it a shot.
You had to give it a shot, and you're here in Vegas now. There's a big rally going on. Can you talk to us about what inspired the transition from where you were to where you are now?
Absolutely. After I got hurt, there was some very dark times.
Absolutely.
Obviously, dealing with the injuries, the losses, the changes in lifestyle that obviously come with losing appendages. I also lost my family at the time. I was married, had 3 kids. All of that fell apart while we were in the hospital. That put me in an even worse place. And then Chris Kyle showed up. He showed up as a reach out from the boot campaign.
Really?
That was eye-opening to me. There was still something out there that we could do. There was still something we could give back. There was still promise for, having meaning in life. And I just grabbed onto that as much as I could because I didn't know where else I was going to find it. And these guys have just been absolutely amazing. They've been there for me at every turn through my recovery. Every time I needed to go back into the hospital or every time I needed to take time off, they were there for me. So every opportunity I get to be there for them, I need to do that.
Yeah.
Which is phenomenal. And it's worth pointing out your story, while tragic and fantastic that you're here and you're overcoming this, is not an independent story. There's a lot of men just like you and women just like you that have been through this as well.
Absolutely. We're very motivated, very driven individuals, but we need purpose. And whenever you get injured and you have that purpose taken away from you, the search for finding a new purpose in life becomes everything to you. And when you can find something that's meaningful, that enriches your lifestyle, it just takes over everything.
No question.
That transition from military life to civilian life, especially with the trauma that you've gone through. I'm a military brat, so I grew up around this and I understand that. And for you to be here today, I just want to say thank you so much.
Thank you.
There is a purpose, and you change lives and you impact lives, and just thank you. And so how excited are you to be involved in today's event?
Extremely excited. This is one of my favorite things I get to do. I get to get back to kids. This is the one thing that just puts a smile on my face for weeks to come, knowing I'm going to be in an event like this.
Yeah.
The Patriot League was something that we talked about internally in boot campaign for a long time. A lot of the ladies that helped start the boot campaign were former educators, so they have that root in the school system. And they saw that a lot of the patriotic themes and national themes were being taken out of curriculums in school. So they wanted to do something about it, reintroduce a lot of those themes, reintroduce the education and the love for our military and just what we do and why we do it.
And this event's happening at Garrett Junior High School, the Patriotic School Rally, and it's also seeking donations today as well. What are they seeking?
Really anything and everything they can get their hands on. Books, school supplies, electronics, anything.
Gift cards, I know. Yeah.
Gift cards, absolutely. Anything that you've got that you can help that you can donate in kind to help these guys. They will take it and they will use it. They will be very appreciative of it.
And celebrities are even getting involved.
Very much so.
Can you talk about Atticus? He's from the middle, and he was part of the PSA.
He was. I actually met Atticus last May at a photo shoot we did out in LA, and that's whenever we first started talking about bringing him into the Patriot League. And myself and Joey Jones sat down and talked to him about what the program was and what it meant and where we wanted to go with it. And he loved it. He wanted to be on board immediately. He didn't care what any of his people said. He wanted to be involved
Who needs
in this.
people?
Yeah.
Yes. Later today, Mark is going to be joining the kids at Garrett Junior High in Boulder City, as well as Congressman Joe Heck and Boulder City Mayor Rod Woodbury for the Boot Campaign's Patriot League Rally. It's to benefit Nellis Air Force Base. And to learn more about the Boot Campaign and their mission, you can just visit the website on your screen. And if you'd like to learn more on what you can donate, the email address is right there on your screen. And are you on Facebook?